Okay, so this is day 1, week 12. Probably not going to get this till very late at night on day 1, week 12. It is the 15th of July. So we're getting on to over halfway through the army course. And I thought we could do with a change of scene. That's 8th Man Studios there. I was there a while back. We're on the Manchester Canal. It's pretty noisy because it's a very urban environment. We don't have like a long stretch of recording. So I didn't do a run this morning because I got invited out for a socially thing, first thing. I didn't get to go for my run or do the exercise. I was out of the house and I'm starting work early, so it's a bit of an excuse, but tomorrow is a rest day. I'll do it all tomorrow. So yes, looks like all systems are go. Hopefully everything's recording fine. And we're out in an urban setting. Woo. Interesting. So yeah, as I've said before, I really like canals. Just look how nice it is. So I came into Manchester after exploring Ashton-under-Lyne, which is the I live almost between two sort of major towns. Well, one's a city and one's a town, Manchester and Ashton-under-Lyne. And I'd never been really for a look around Ashton-under-Lyne. Lots of joggers. I suppose it's the lunchtime thing. Yeah, loads of them. So yes, normally that would be me. So yeah, so I thought I'd have a change of pace from the woods. It's good for you every so often. So yeah, so I shall be out tomorrow morning early. Just got a much longer shift today because I volunteered for some extra hours. And that's kind of an interesting thing. One of the things that so one of the things that being a bit more open to the universe providing opportunities, which is kind of what I think about when I'm doing meditation, is, I was thinking, it'd be nice to have a little bit more money. And you think maybe, 100 or 200 pounds a month, and that seems to be cropping up because, I no longer get stressed if it looks like I'm going to be stuck at work for an extra hour or an extra half an hour, because it's all, I can just see it being all sorts of extra money for the piggy bank and extra money to sort of get me out of debt. So if you work, I don't know, 3 extra hours a week at minimum wage, that's about 25 quid, $30 over a month. It's going to be, a significant sum that you can throw against any debt that you're in, or actually start to acquire some savings. So yeah, it's the sort of thing that used to really piss me off. Sort of being stuck behind at work and having to get a later bus home and stuff like that. But after changing my diet and meditating, it's become a non-thing. So that's kind of one thing. So that eases that up. Also, not being opposed to the idea of starting a second job or a second business where I can work at my own pace in all the gigantic amount of off time I get. Specifically to do with 3D printing. I'm wondering if you can't 3D print a whole bunch of useful stuff. So, yes. I could really do with an easy attachment action cam holder that's universal that I could sell on eBay. Where you can, get a flush connection for an action camera on a drone. So yeah, it's kind of cool. So yeah, so it is kind of interesting that, you know, there's kind of I want to be careful here, kind of like a practical application for meditation, which is weird. But yeah, so that seems to be working out. This is going to be a pretty short video because it's becoming incredibly urban. So we're getting a lot of people, and I have rules. I've got rules about filming around people. So there may well need to be some serious editing here. So we're coming into an area which is euphemistically called New Islington. All sorts of new apartment buildings and stuff like that. I'm kind of hoping that yeah, so this is a pretty interesting bit. You've got this road bridge up here and the canal was running a bit level with it, so you've got another lock there. Drops it down to this very level bit. Oh, so this is like a slightly more tactically good place to sit. There's no one immediately around me, which is really hard to do because we're very close to Manchester city centre at this point. So lots of people are on their lunch breaks and stuff. So, let's have a look how the sound's doing. Sound's not too bad. Not too much background noise. So that's good. So yeah. Where was I? There'll probably be a montage of little bits and bobs. I've had to cut out bits of video because I don't want to, you know, you got to respect other people's privacy to be walking along and not being filmed. So yeah, but it is interesting. So this is my extremely elaborate wander into work. You know, I wouldn't normally come out as far as here in order to be about and get some filming done, but I didn't have a lot of options this morning. Ashton Underline didn't really present much in the way of filming opportunities or anything I think you want to see. Okay, so this is me centered in the selfie mirror, so it should work. So yeah, so one of the people in my Discord group, is a very cool application, go get it. Direct Current was talking about contentment as over happiness, and I think as to what I was saying before, was like after the meditation and you open yourself up and you try and do new stuff that you find interesting and useful and all that sort of jazz, that I have achieved a sort of like level of contentment, but you know, the level of discontent in most people's lives is to such an extent that not being unhappy with most of the aspects of your life kind of makes you think that you're happy. It's probably just contentment. You know, I'm looking in and it's sort of like, yeah, I've got a crappy job. Not a crappy job, it's a good job in a lot of senses. It just doesn't mean anything to a lot of people and nobody will believe that's what I do. So there's that, you know. This underlying, I know I'm going to have a cigarette, this underlying feeling that I had that I could be doing more interesting stuff in my life, you know, similar to when I started doing Rangers. This is going to be one of those few times you see me on screen having a cigarette, but time is of the essence with this. It's going to be a lot of editing as it is, so, you know. But yeah, you know, the weird thing is that, with the exception of the filming rig so I can share it, if I wasn't filming this, I'd have just done it. You know, so it wouldn't have cost me anything to be more curious. And that's a thing that's worth sort of setting your sights on, you know. I would like to be more curious. As an expression of that curiosity, I will go and explore my local area, which I hadn't really done. You know, we're up to a point where, well, I'm probably going to have to stop. Is that someone coming? Yes, it is. So yeah, you can express that curiosity without it costing you a bean. It's just I wanted to share it. You know, as we progress through this together, there are people watching all of these videos. It's very cool. And thank you to anybody. And it's sort of like, if you are new to this, you just stumbled on it, you know, a like, you know, or a subscription and a notify thing, all that yada 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 would be handy. You know, it allows me to keep track on it, and you know, it's a good ego massage. It's a good reason to carry on and get up in the morning and film some more. And I'm going to do the army fitness thing and complete that no matter what. But you know, the fact that I'm filming it kind of helps me stay disciplined. And that cross-discipline, you know, where you're disciplined enough to film and you're disciplined enough to edit and put in the extra work, means that when I ease up on it and I'm not doing a video every single day, is going to get me out of bed early in the morning and going and doing stuff, whereas I was just, you know, just wasting large chunks of my life. So yeah, it's all working out. And every email I get, you know, the email to email me about this is below, as is the link to the Army Fitness course and all kinds of other stuff like my Patreon and stuff if you want to support the channel and get your name on the end of every vid. And the people whose names are at the end of the video is anybody that's given me any kind of material support, you know, whether that's equipment or help or advice, or is, you know, just, you know, keeping me motivated by, you know, watching the videos. So yeah, it's all pretty, you know, standard stuff as far as human motivation goes. And that I think that's everybody's real problem. I mean, humans can do pretty much anything they set their minds to. If you can conceive of it, you can generally, you know, make it happen, as long as what the actual material needs of you making it happen is within your grasp. But most things don't require any material support at all. You know, working on yourself, you know, understanding how you tick is free. And a good long walk will do that, you know, without, as long as you don't have any other distraction. But yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave it, because it's just getting increasingly hard to film. I've got to go to work. I'm pleased that I managed to get at least some, you know, footage in the can, as it were. So thanks for watching, and do take care.